Hey everybody, welcome to The Bottom Line. I'm Michael Noland, and tonight we're going to be talking about Bruce Springsteen. You know, it's been a while since I've talked about Bruce. I've had a couple of issues with him, as longtime viewers know. But tonight, another issue has raised its ugly head in the news. Only this time, this issue affects Bruce Springsteen's most devoted fans. All right, so first of all, tonight I do want to get one thing clear. I am a Bruce Springsteen fan. The man has written some of the finest albums and songs that rock and roll has ever known. Now, the issues I've had with Bruce was, first of all, his connection with Ticketmaster and Live Nation and the extremely high ticket prices that Bruce and the E Street Band charges to go see them. At one point, charging up to $8,000 a ticket. And then last year, just in time for Christmas, when he produced a covers album instead of brand new material, I was even less impressed with what he has to offer these days. But during all of those videos that I've done on this guy, I always got responses from some of his more hardcore fans saying, yeah, but you know, you'd have to be there. The show he puts on is phenomenal. We follow him from show to show. You never know what this guy's going to play for you that night. These kind of fans almost see Bruce, the boss, as equal to the Grateful Dead. They follow this guy from town to town. But evidently a whole lot of them are not very happy with the boss these days. You see, he's playing a predetermined set, and he's not varying from that predetermined set. Now, if this was anybody else, that would be fine. Matter of fact, it would be expected. But part of the mythos that Bruce has given us is the fact that him and the E Street Band are almost like a traveling circus, and the show we get that night is what they feel like giving us. We have come to understand that Bruce reads a room very well and will, at the drop of a hat, change what he was prepared to play that night. And fans have loved him for it, folks. But evidently, that's not what they're getting for their money. Now, there's been no real word from Bruce himself. As usual, he lets his band do the talking for him, and especially Steven Van Zandt. But I do want to cover a quote here from Steven, because you know what? This quote is very interesting. And keep in mind that Steven was the one that came to be the mouthpiece for Bruce at first when Bruce was charging all of these high ticket prices, and he lambasted the fans for getting upset with that. But of course, fan disappointment over those prices wouldn't stop, and Bruce had to finally come out and say that, listen, yes, I am connected to Ticketmaster and of course Live Nation, and I'm the one that signed on the dotted line, so it's my responsibility. Leaving the rest of us to go, and? Yes, Bruce, and? Right? No, that was it. That's all we got. It was his responsibility. Well, thanks for letting us know that, Bruce, but we already had a clue. Once again, another issue, another disappointment, and Bruce is saying nothing. But of course, Steven is there to open his mouth for us. And take a look at this quote. He says to the fans here, all right, he's talking about the very fans that are complaining that they're not doing their shows like they did, and they feel a bit ripped off. Now, here he says, you're not paying attention, okay? You're some kind of accountant or something. This ain't about numbers. It's about an emotional experience. And this one happens to be, I think, a special one. And the audiences are reacting in a way I've never seen in America. It's like a Broadway show. Why? Because you're telling a story, and every song has a purpose. All right, enough from Steven. Let's discuss the whole situation here. Steven is saying that Bruce Springsteen's show is now a Broadway show. That's funny. Most of us fans thought it was a rock show. But we have Steven here to redefine what it is that Bruce is selling to his fans. But don't worry, there's a volume 2 of covers coming out this year, probably just in time for Christmas. That seems to be what Bruce is more concerned about. That being the making of money and getting ready for retirement. I mean, we're talking about the boss here, man. Where is the boss coming to our rescue against Ticketmaster? No, he sits comfortably right beside them, raking in the cash. Time to make a new album? Well, I don't really write a lot these days. Why don't you do a covers version? That's a guaranteed success, Bruce. And let's get one more tour out of you. Well, I really don't feel like it. I don't have the energy I once had. That's okay. Let's just do a set list, right? What does this sound like? This sounds like a man who can barely do his job at work 3 months before he's due to receive his gold watch. I mean, where is the artist that could write a song that could cut to your very soul? Where is the artist that recorded an entire album on a high-speed cassette deck? Now there is a guy with his eye to the future and using even an inferior technology. I mean, these machines were amazing, folks. I had a couple of them, right? And they could do a lot, but they were inferior to the equipment that was available to him. But he liked the rawness that came out of those tapes, and he spoke up for it. There's the hero I remember. Now, this gets right into what I've talked about in the past, that there are so many artists and bands out there that are just giving up on the fans that made them superstars. And don't forget, Van Sant, in that same interview, told the people if they didn't like it, leave. What kind of attitude is that? And him being nothing more than a lieutenant to the boss. You know what? All of us work hard for our money, and we all decide what we're going to spend it on and how much of it we're going to spend on what. But this is getting out of hand, folks. With ticket prices too high and artists giving us covers album right in time for Christmas and telling the audience through their lieutenants that they can leave if they don't like how the show goes, maybe, Bruce, you're a bit long in the tooth. All right, folks, I want to hear from you. I want to know what you think of this. Is this acceptable to you? Will you still pay exorbitant prices to see Bruce Springsteen at this point? He truly is a great artist. I know the temptation's there. It is for me, but I would not go see this man ever again unless he writes something new and he tours it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Give it 2 thumbs up if you can. That helps the YouTube algorithm help identify the channel to other people's feeds, and we pick up and we grow as a result. If you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet, that's easy. I say this in every video, but it is easy. All you have to do is hit that subscribe to the tribe button and then tap that top bell icon and you'll be there, man. You'll have access to all my videos and you'll be notified when they come out. All right, I'm Michael Noland. Together, you and I, folks, we are the tribe, and I'll see you in my next video.